This is GED teacher Damon Tennant, and in this video, I am going to give you a step-by-step understanding of what's inside the GED Super Math course. I'm going to let you know what you can expect and how it works. To have success in this course, there are 4 things that you need to consider. The very first thing is to make sure that you set aside enough time before you jump into the online course. One of the worst things you can do is to do 10 minutes here, then maybe an hour another day, and then maybe you really binge out another day with a longer session and then another 10 minutes. You want to make sure that when you sit down, you have time to at least watch a video, follow through, and take notes. And that brings me to the second most important thing of how to succeed in this course is that you definitely don't want to simply consume the content, just sit back and watch the video. You want to have your notepad out. You want to actually print out the subject notes that go along with that video and be taking notes and noting your questions as the video goes along. Number 3, you want to take the practice test at the end. Each lesson has a practice test that helps you to know if you've understood the content. The way that you'll know that is that you will be asked to score 7 out of 10, or really getting 7 out of 10 of the questions correct. You want to make sure that you do this because this is how you'll know that you're ready to move on within the course. And then the fourth and final thing is complete the course. I recommend no matter where you are, you work through the course, the 10 lessons, 1 through 10. And you want to complete it so that when you go take the test, you have received all the material that is necessary for you to score 145 or greater and getting a passing score on the GED math test. The next thing I want to show you is the actual course itself. It looks a little bit like the screenshot you see on the screen. In a moment, I'm going to go in the actual course and show you what it's like. Here we are at the home page of the GED Super Math course. You'll see the quick start guide. This will show you some videos and things that you need to really take advantage of the course. The second thing are the core GED math prep books, and I'll say more about those. Then there are the core math lessons. These are the 10 lessons that prepare you to pass the test. Then there's also the course bonuses. Bonus number 1, the free month subscription to office hours. Course bonus number 2, the 10 live GED math lessons that are my top 10 best lessons over the past 3 years. And then there's course bonus number 3, the Stop Failing the GED math test. So let's go ahead and take a look at each of these areas. So this first one here, you'll see that you have a message from GED teacher Damon Tennant. That is simply a video. So all you would need to do is to touch on that. Then that's going to bring up the course video that tells you about how to succeed in the course. You go back. The next is the study guide. This is a video that walks you through the study guide and then a downloadable study guide. And you'll notice here at the bottom is that you have the opportunity to click on this button, complete and continue. This way, at the end of the course, you'll receive a certificate of completion and that you'll know that you're ready to go ahead and take this test. The third button brings up the pretest. This pretest is really designed just to give you a sense of the types of questions that you're going to see on the actual test. You click the button, put your name in. I'm just going to do an abbreviated email here. Submit it. There's a message.
This is GED teacher.
And then you jump into the test. This test is designed to help you to know where you are. Now, I'll take you through the core GED math prep books. Each of these books are PDF downloads, And you can see here that you get the GED Math Workbook as a download, and you get the GED Math Practice Test Workbook as a download. And I'll say more about those later. But the meat of what I want to show you is this button here, the Core Math Lessons. When you click on the Core Math Lessons, you will see all 10 lessons. Now you do see the number 30 here because each lesson has 3 parts. Part 1 is the actual lesson objective and course introduction. Part 2 is actually the lesson video and lesson worksheet. And part 3 is the practice test that I mentioned earlier. Let's go ahead and jump in so you can see those actual lessons as an example. So lesson 1, you would see your lesson objectives. You would read through those objectives so that you could understand. You get a sample GED style question to show you why you're actually learning this skill and how that skill can be tested on the GED math test itself. And then you'll see that question worked out. And then you'll get a course introduction. The introduction tells you about the course, how to use it. Once you've read that information and you feel satisfied, you're just going to hit the continue button. It takes you to part 2 of lesson 1. And so you'll see here a video along with a worksheet for you to download. And remember, the key is watching the video while taking notes, writing, and following along with this worksheet. Once you've watched the video and done the worksheet, you simply hit continue. And then the practice test that follows lesson 1 will show up. And just like I showed you earlier, you can simply hit start quiz and take that quiz. And so these are the 3 parts of every lesson that you'll see. So you'll see lesson 1, part 1, which is the objectives and introduction. Lesson 1, part 2 is the video and the worksheet. And then lesson 1, part 3 is the practice test. And then you'll see that same theme repeated. Lesson 2, you'll see it has 3 parts. Lesson 3, you see it has 3 parts. Lesson 4, and so on. And so that is really the meat of the course. And that is why the study guide is so important, because it walks you through that. And then finally, you'll see the 3 course bonuses. You'll see this free month subscription to office hours. This is going to give you 30 days of office hour access so that you can get your questions answered as you go through this course. Then course bonus number 2. You're going to get the top 10 live GED math lessons that I've taught over the past 3 years. And so you'll see those 10 lessons along with their worksheets. So for example, you click on that button, then those 10 lessons will pop up. For instance, let's just take lesson 6. Lesson 6 was a lesson that was taught on the coordinate plane. And you'll see here that there's a video there. Me teaching that course live to my students, and then the 2 worksheets that are covered in this video. So the importance of this is that this gives you important backup. So as you're processing through the 10 lessons and you find you need some extra help, you can come to these 10 videos there and worksheets to supplement what you're already learning. And then finally, the final piece is, and the bonus piece is a book that I've developed called Stop Failing the GED Math Test, How to Increase Your Test Score by 10 Points with a Little Known Secret. So here is just a screenshot of the book, and then you would just, as with the other portions of the course, go ahead and download that book. And this book will give you some key strategy that will be a huge time saver for you as you process through this course. So again, you are here at your course page. You have your quick start guide here to get you going. You have your core math prep books to assist you as you go along the way. You have your core math lessons. This is the meat of the course. Each lesson has 3 parts, as I've showed you. You have the 3 bonuses that you get for signing up for this course. And so those 3 bonuses are the free month subscription to office hours, the course bonus 2, the top 10 lessons that I've taught in GED math, and then the Stop Failing the GED Math Test ebook. To wrap up this description of the GED Super Math Pack, let me walk through some key pieces. The first piece I want to walk through is the study plan. This study plan is key because it shows you where to start. It shows you how to start. It gives you some flexibility. So if you want to start with algebra, you can. If you want to start with basic math, you can. So you'll see a recommendation, but then you'll see the course broken down to let you know the areas and what they represent as you process through. This document is so key because it really helps you to understand the power of what you have in your hand and how to use it. The second thing I want to bring your attention to is the basic math workbook. This covers all the basics. So if it's been a while since you've been in school, this is going to cover the fractions, the percents, the basic shape measurement, and ratios and proportions. So if you've been out of school for a while, sometimes you forget how to divide a fraction, or sometimes you forget how to find the volume of a triangular prism, or sometimes you forget how to do the Pythagorean theorem. This workbook is going to get you there, giving you those basic skills that you need. This next piece is the practice test workbook. Again, this is part of the core math workbooks that you get with this course. This is key because it's 50 GED style math practice test questions. If you can do these 50 questions, meaning that you understand them, you know how to work them through, this is just yet another way that I help you to understand that you're ready to go and take and pass this test. And then again, just to go over the bonuses, this subscription to office hours is something that I feel is invaluable. It's invaluable because as you're working through this course, you can meet with me on a weekly basis. There's a calendar each month. Office hours are twice each week. They're an hour each. You come along with your fellow students and you ask your questions. It's live, it's online. All you need is the link. You don't have to download any software. And then I just work out your questions on the board. Now, the one thing that's important to note about this office hours, it's only open to students of the GED Super Math course. This office hours is only useful because I am only interested in helping you to understand the things that you need to pass the math test. So this is not a call in and just ask your favorite question that you've always had a question about. This is so focused and it's all about getting you to your goal. Bonus number 2, the 10 live GED math lessons. I've already showed this to you earlier in this video, but again, these lessons are some of my best lessons that I'm making available to you only as part of the GED Super Math course. And then the final bonus is Stop Failing the GED Math Test. This booklet, this ebook here, will get you some key strategies so that you know how the questions are written and what they're actually testing you on. This way ensuring a greater amount of GED success. So I hope that this video has been helpful in understanding what you're getting, the power of what you're getting, but really even more than the power, the ability to pass the GED math test is really here in this course. It will walk you through step by step. I've showed you that in this video. It's complete. It has everything you need to get that magic score of 145. Remember, I am just focused specifically on getting you to pass this test. I'm not trying to redo high school. I'm not trying to teach you all the math that could potentially be on there. I'm telling you, if you will study these 10 lessons, you will have enough math to get 145, pass the GED math test, and get on with the rest of your life. I look forward to seeing you inside the course.